morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Where's everybody at today? I know here in Georgia, it is cold, it is wet, it is rainy. We are anticipating a big ice storm. So everybody's been all over the place. How's everybody doing this morning? Waking up? Let's get this chat going this morning. I'm still trying to get over the cold from last week, sinus infection, all the things. So I apologize if I'm a little stuffy this morning, but I'm so glad y'all are on here this morning and really just kind of want to, again, just go through all of the emotions from last week and go through everything that we kind of experienced last week in Nashville. So many of us that are on the call, I know we're actually there in person, and it was such an amazing experience for all of us. I think we all learned so much. So I hope we can end the day with some good positivity. And I want to give you guys some just reminders about these goals. So happy Thursday, y'all. Good morning, Dee. Good morning, David, Dawn. We've got Paul on here this morning, Jill, Wendy, Fran. Good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys. Well, if you guys don't already know who I am, my name is Justine Derby. I am a wife, I am a mom, I'm a realtor in the metro Atlanta area, and I just love to pour into people. So, Brock, thank you once again for always allowing me the platform to pour into you guys here today. And as I mentioned before, last week was huge with Nashville. It was such an amazing, amazing journey. And I think we learned so much from so many amazing speakers, from Brock sharing a lot of his story. But I keep reflecting back on all the events and all these conferences that I attend, and we always tend to feel so inspired, right, when we leave there. But what do we actually do with what we learn after these conferences, right? So, can I have a couple people come off of mute? Good morning, Jill. I see you there. Good morning. Good morning. So I want to really be intentional about the call and hold you guys a little bit accountable, as well as myself. Brock knows this. These are all tactics that I still have to implement into my life, into my business, in order to grow as well. So again, we leave all of these conferences so inspired, and we're like, yes, we're going to keep on going. We're going to do all the things. But it's also really important to step back and say, what can I actually truly implement in my life and in my business to grow? So can I get a couple people to come off of mute and share with me a couple things that maybe they really resonated with, that they are really trying to implement hard in their life and in their business? Because that's what I would like to hear this morning.
The afternoon rain showers. Looks like they developed.
Jackie, I think are you volunteering to be my first guinea pig of the morning?
A lot today, but the umbrella in times, especially on the farther
Jackie, I think you're not on mute, babe.
Uh-oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But can I get a couple people to come off of mute this morning and let me know? Michelle, good morning.
Hey, I am just really pumped up. And let me tell you, I'm getting ready. I met with Rebecca. I'm meeting with Jim Morris later today and going to update Brock. But schedule is coming together, and the requirements, I'm looking at what the cost is going to be for this anthology that we're collecting, that we're going to we have a hard date in New Orleans to do a book launch. So there's a lot that's going to happen, and I'm going to need help from people who are wanting to be a part of this. So we'll look at that. In the meantime, we're going to be self-publishing this, and my story is a children's story that won't be illustrated in the book. But this weekend, I put the illustration together for a children's book called Fabrice's Big Grooming Day.
Oh, I
And
love
and so what this is going to do for me is it's going to help me walk through the process of working through and getting a book published on Amazon. And so today I have also a meeting with a man in the area who's a national speaker, and he's a friend of a friend of mine, ex-Navy SEAL. He's going to be on our show, the Figure Out Friday show in March. And
Great.
I got the idea for this anthology from him because he's a public speaker. And at the time, he was in Austin, and he collected 20 different authors, public speakers in the area, and made this anthology. So I'm going to pick his brain today. So what I'm telling you is um, everybody in the whole place was all part of what we need to do. And there was just such an energy. And if we collect it and move it in the area, it might not be in real estate. But I tell you, there's some things and ideas that I even had popped out. I'm not in real estate, but maybe I can. I have a bunch of real estate friends of mine that are all around me in different agencies. Maybe there's something I can put together. Maybe it's the book that we're going to do is going to help them. So I'll stop now, but I'm excited. I'm pumped.
No, I love it. I love the energy, Michelle. I love to hear that. I cannot wait. And I love your children's book. Oh my gosh, the cover is adorable. Love it. My daughter would love that book. So I love to hear all of your excitement about this and the fact that you poured into so many people in Nashville and just giving everybody that platform to be a part of your book and a part of your story and your journey. I think that's amazing. So Michelle, kudos to you. Um, Fred, I'm going to pick on you a little bit. Let's hear. I know you and I talked a lot at Nashville. And so I want to hear a couple things that you're really trying to implement, maybe in your life or your business after the conference. Let's hear it.
Well, good morning, everybody. When I was in Nashville, I've learned so much. And what I try to implement is after Justine to do a video every morning or every during the course of the day to put it on my Facebook. And I'm working with someone to help me develop a skill to do the YouTube. My
Good.
team leader is helping me a lot, and because he wants me to expose myself more on social media, and I'm willing to do that. And I've taken a page from Brock's book as waking up at 4:30 in the morning now. For some reason, I go to sleep on 9 or I go to sleep at 11 o'clock, but 4:30, 4:15, I'm up and I'm ready to go. And I'm feeling the energy. And this is something that I need to, it's happened to me the last 3 days since I came back from Nashville, but this is something that I'm trying to implement to see if I can do it on a daily basis because I always hear the discipline plus consistency is equal to success. So since you taught me, it doesn't matter how I sound, as long as I can keep the camera in front of me and say a video and say something, say hi to everybody and let them know that I'm into real estate and let them know that I'm ready to do what needs to be done. So I'm willing and committing myself to devote time to do a 30-second or 45 seconds video to show people that, you know what, I'm into real estate. And if you need however the weather is outside, you know, keep calling me and get myself going
That's
full
right.
force.
That's right. Fred,
So
I love to
that's
hear
what
it.
I'm
And I
doing.
love the fact that you're taking the actual tactics and you're implementing them into your life and your business. And you're becoming a human, right? You're not just becoming Fred, the real estate agent. You're becoming Fred, the person that, hey, can pop on and I can really relate to him. He's not just this polished, buttoned up realtor. So I'm so proud of you for doing that. I'm so proud of you for taking the page out of Brock's book and implementing that morning schedule because it's hard. Guys, it is hard.
It is
We are
hard.
all tired and maxed
Mhm.
out. But when you do give yourself that routine and that sense of just time to yourself in the morning, it really just helps balance your whole entire day. So thank you so much for sharing with us, Fred. And I cannot wait to continue to see you show up on socials. Another big tip out there, guys, if you are in real estate, this is me again, ADHD this morning, but a little tip. This is one of my goals before probably tomorrow. I'm going to put out some information. If you guys are in the areas that these storms are coming in, put something out on your socials about how they can protect their home, whether it's the $4 little insulation pieces that can go over their faucets. Always be giving out that information. So, little tip that's on my to-do list, but it's a little social share there. But yeah, again, Fred, thank you so much for that, for sharing. Dani, can I pick on you? It looks like you might be at work a little bit, but can I pick on you and see? I would love to see what you're going to be implementing. It's okay. Okay, so Dani's at work. She probably can't talk. Does anybody else want to come off of mute and share?
I will quickly. I've been super, super sick, but one of the biggest things I took away, and a lot of it was from you and Rebecca, and I mean, there were so many. I went looking through my notes because I was like, oh my God, what am I going to say? But for me, the biggest one, and Brock would know this, is confidence. I need to work on that and get myself out there. I don't know why I could talk to the world, but when there's something behind it, it becomes totally different for me. So that's something I'm going to work on. And Brock will be so proud. I did put out a post about the weather, and I used that thing that he taught us where you push that button on the keyboard and you copy it off of the screen. And I was so
Yes.
excited this morning that I did that. So that's it.
Yay! That's so exciting. See, and it's just those little tips and tricks that you can implement that really make a big difference. And Jill, you have such a great heart, and you and I got to connect a little bit in Nashville, and just keep putting yourself out there, my friend. There's no right or wrong way. The wrong way is to not share yourself, because you have a beautiful soul and you have a beautiful heart and you have so much to share. So share that. Don't be
Thank you so
afraid,
much.
okay? Awesome. Well, again, guys, I know a lot of these conferences, we feel, again, inspired and motivated, but it's truly what we actually implement after that. And so that's really what I wanted to kind of push you guys, take some notes on what you guys are wanting to implement, and us kind of hold you. Oh, Fred, did you have something else you wanted to say?
I think Dani is ready.
Do what?
I think Dani is ready.
Oh, Dani's ready. Okay, perfect.
Dani
Thanks.
is ready. She's back in the lab.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
I would say one thing that I took away a lot for me was actually from Amy, doing the workouts with her, but also just talking to her like during the conference, was putting myself first, both mentally and physically. As like, I mean, yeah, I'm at work now, and I'm also like always overworking myself, and making space for myself is something that I took away a lot from this conference. And so by implementing that is saying no to 12-hour days. And so it's a little thing, but I'll take it. As I'm not in real estate, it's a little different how it translates, but it's definitely helped me a lot. You're muted.
Thanks. See, now I muted my dang self. But that is so true. It's so important. I think a lot of us as entrepreneurs, as just very business focused minded, like we all want to go, rush, rush, rush. We all wouldn't be on this call if we didn't want to level up, right? So it is so important to take that step back and say, it's not so much about doing more this year, but it's being consistent and clear on what we actually want to do this year. And I always have to remind myself of that as well. So thanks again for sharing, Dani. It was so nice to connect with you and got to meet your sister this time. So y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. So again, just kind of wanted you guys to remember, let's like take a step back and implement what you can actually, what's obtainable for you. Brock, I know that you are back home and settled. Did you want to hop on? Let's see.
I was gonna say something funny and be like, no, I'm good. I just like listening to you.
Well, Brock, we all know you have your whole life together, so I wouldn't have anything else to say if you didn't have anything else you want to implement, because you have created such a great space for all of us and help us all stay accountable. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're just maintaining at this point.
No, it is, yesterday I had a great opportunity just to really spend some quality time with Gary and his team. And, so how do I want to say this? I feel that we all have a gift in some capacity, in some way, in which your thought process go into it. So like when you said like the storms, you're like, hey, let's talk about preparation, what they can do, and take like, and I was like listening to you, and I was like, damn, that's such a good idea. I didn't even think about that. What I think about is, well, hell, everybody's gonna be home. I could freaking blow up their phones and call them to try to get some expires and some Fizbos and freaking try to like attack them and be like, I don't care about the storms. You're home and I want to talk to you.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I was like, damn, Justine, that's such a good idea. Like, I need to come
Well,
across this in a different
again,
way to be like, yeah,
right.
this is what I
Well,
gotta
again,
do.
it's that connecting piece versus not what I'm going to go chase, but what am I going to
Right?
provide the value to, right? I mean, when we think about
I
it that way,
love that. I
yeah.
love that. That's such a great way to look at it. And so it just made me think like I still am working on myself. I still need to look at this in a different perspective, in a different light, because when you, instead of chasing, you're creating.
Yep.
And there is no wrong way or right way also when you're leaning into this. What I love about Justine is she gives you like for me, she gave me a different perspective on how to do it. And you all get the choice. Maybe you blend them both. Maybe you figure out a way that you're going to do video. So Justine, one of the things I've now called it is called my morning minute, and I am doing morning minutes. And the best time that I can do my morning minute as soon as I get out of the gym. So that way I can go out there and do what you do, and you share about your life, you share about what you're doing. Because what I've realized is I can't do it during the day. There's just
Sure.
way too many distractions in my life that I just can't do it. And I have not been, one of the key ingredients I was talking about at Gary's team is, evaluate your misses. And I'm like, my misses are that I'm not doing what Justine, she gave me a challenge of a 30 days in a row to put something on Facebook, and I wasn't able to do it because I had too many distractions, too many excuses. But what I realized is as soon as I get out of the gym, I got a lot of energy. It's first thing in the morning. I have my light on my car that shines on my face because it's still dark out. But I'm like, that's when I could do my morning minute. That's when I could talk to people about something that happened to me, something about real estate. And so that's something that I'm working on that I got from you is putting myself out there about my life and what I'm doing. And so I've called it the morning minute, and that is what I'm doing to implement for
Good.
myself for moving the needle forward.
I love that. And I did see your story. And I will tell you guys back to the social media way of driving it. It's a way for me to share a little bit about my life, but it's actually a measuring tactic because when you look at your analytics, when you really dive into it, if you put a post out there or you put a reel or a video or whatever, yes, you can see views. And even though you're not getting a ton of engagement on that video or post, you can go back to your views. Well, in my stories, like I will show you this. In your story, it will show you who's engaged with you, how many people have seen it. So like I just put this up, um, gosh, I don't even know, 36 minutes ago. And I've had like, I've got 32 people. Well, I can't really see it, but you've got like, you can measure it. Okay. So if you put in your story, you can see who's looking at it, who's engaging with it, right? So that tells me, okay, my audience likes to hear about X, or they don't really care so much about this other thing. So it's just a good measuring tactic. So you can see what people like and what they engage with, so you can provide them more of what they want. So
Let me
again,
add something to that, Justine, because that is really good.
mhm,
I did something silly yesterday, and I was just like, this is gonna be like this. This is how my brain thinks. All. So Bryce says to me yesterday, Dad, could we go on Facebook Live while we play tic-tac-toe? And I said to myself in my head, I was like, I said, Bryce, in my head, I'm like, no, that's so stupid. Nobody wants to watch us play tic-tac-toe. Like, why do people care about me and Bryce playing tic-tac-toe? But he was like, Dad, can we please? And so I had a little Justine nipping in my ear saying, Brock, that's your life. People are going to want to see this. And I'm like, and like the devil, like, let me just tell you, he was just like chirping like no other. So we actually did it. last night on Facebook Live, we've had more comments, more engagement about him and I playing tic-tac-toe, being back from Nashville. That I was like shocked, and I said to I was like, "What? That Justine, she nailed it again. Like that's what people want to see. They want to see you engaging with your kids, playing,
Yep.
being a dad." And so you really, between you and Bryce, have motivated me just to kind of share a little bit more about my life.
Good, because people want to see that, and it goes back to having good conversation with your kids too. Sometimes my kids are like, Mom, I don't want to do it, or Mom, it's hard for me to get them on a video or even pictures anymore. But, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
it is having that conversation with them on what they're okay with you sharing and what they're not. Um, I've had some people say, well, I won't share my kids at all for safety reasons, which is totally understandable. So, what I have learned from that as well is maybe not sharing exactly that moment of where we're at when we're doing it, but waiting even a couple days after, whatever it may be. But people want to connect with you, right? And gain that personality connection. Um, so I'm so glad that it's working for you, Brock, because it does. I mean, you can't just, I don't know how to put it where it doesn't sound cocky, but I don't ever chase. I want to attract business. I want to attract people in my life, but I'm not going to chase you. So you either see the value that I'm providing and I'll be your biggest cheerleader, or you don't. I'm not going to ever chase anybody that doesn't need it. I don't need to do that in my life. And the connections that
Close to
you
John
create.
Maxwell of the law of attraction. I mean, that's
Right.
literally one of the laws is the law of attraction. Who are you connecting with? What is the magnetic field that you are putting out into the universe? And it's not an ego thing, it's anything else. Like, hey, stop chasing, create,
Yep.
and put yourself out there for what it is, and the people that are magnetic to it will attract it. I will give a couple shout outs because I was just looking through this. We got some more Nashville people on here. Amy's on here. Giorgio's on here. Big G, they call him Big G on Gary's team,
Love
and
it.
he won Rookie of the Year at his team last year. He won an award.
He was my
Uh,
Remax man, right? Right, Giorgio?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah. So congratulations to them. We got Steve on here. Steve, I didn't know this all, but Steve's a freaking assassin on the phone. He loves cold calling. Him and I was like, I didn't want to let go hugging the guy. I was just like, I love you. I like people like that. So, so he's here and he's coming on board with Real. So he's going to be joining us, and so really just got some really amazing people over the course of the last 7 days. So I just want to give a couple of shouts out to people that are on here this morning from Nashville because it's an hour early over there. There's 7:30.
That's right. That's right. Well, we appreciate y'all being on. And, it's just great, just creating such a great community for all of us here. And that's truly what it's all about is, coming on here, sharing what is working, what's not working, and giving the vulnerable space to be able to share that in a safe space. So, does
Big
anybody else
G,
want
did
to?
you want to say something? I just
Yeah,
saw him on not on mute.
No, I was just saying thank you, man, and it was great yesterday as always. But yeah, we definitely appreciate you you coming out talking to us because it is motivating and it's good to hear other people's stories because everybody's on their own journey, but we all chasing the same goals.
I love it, man. I love it. You keep rocking it, guys. If you're looking for somebody, if you're new in real estate and you're just trying to, or you've been in real estate, I call it, you've been on your first year, Giorgio's a good person to have a conversation with. Like he's really taking the business to the next level. Amy's also, she's a new agent and she's growing. It's just about just getting in these rooms. And Justine, like the way you make things so simple, just putting yourself out there. I know it's not simple, but just putting yourself out there, having these conversations, guys, there's other people who are very similar to you. Have conversations with them. Reach out to them. That's why this social media, like DM them, Instagram them. They're there to have conversations, and you can help somebody as well. So I don't know, Justine. That's what I got.
Well, I love it. And again, that's what it's all about is that human connection piece and becoming a real person to people. I think all of us would like to say, hey, our shit don't stink, right? But at the end of the day, all of our shit stinks, guys. Okay. Like, let's just be real. There's no getting over that. So I would love to leave you guys with the fact that I was reading a quote here. You don't need permission to become the person you saw yourself as last week. You just need to act like that person today. So again, I know a ton is thrown at you guys at these conferences, but I really want you guys to focus on what you can implement in your life and in your business to move it forward to where you want to go. That's tangible, that's obtainable, guys. Because if you try to take everything that was thrown at you, which I tried to do last year. Let me tell you, Brock knows this. And it forever changed my life. But this year I'm being very intentional with, the people and my time because I only have so much to give, right? So I just want you guys to remember that one day at a time, and you guys can become anything you want to do. You just have to keep pushing forward. And if you guys need anything, shoot me a text, shoot me a DM. I would love to help you guys in any way that I can.
Did you leave us, Justine?
Bye.
Was that your goodbye?
No, like goodbye. We still have 3 minutes. Brock, you close this out.
No,
Oh,
no, it's fine. You ended early, but I was like, is that her goodbye? Is that her not her goodbye? I don't know. Like, I feel like I need to hug you or
like, oh, maybe I ended it. I don't know. And then I'm trying to,
something.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Well, Justine, close this out. Oh my goodness gracious. Before everybody goes, I just got a little bit, my heart rate just went up because I was just like, oh, let's talk about the Figure Out Friday. And I was like, damn, the Figure Out Friday is between me and Wendy. So for those of you that want to know a little bit more about our relationship, what goes on, how it's like living with a chaotic person like me, she was on stage on Tuesday, the last day, and for those that were there, that is the first time her and I have ever been on stage together in that capacity. And as much as it might have moved those that were in there, it also moved us on our business and what we do, our lifestyle that we live, the balancing act, the annoyingness of me, the obsession that I have of working, the addictions that I carry into it. So I just said to her, I said, why don't you ask me some questions? I'll ask you some questions and let's do it on a Figured Out Friday. So at first, she really wasn't too excited about doing it. But then when I told her she can ask me questions, she suddenly got really excited about doing that. So tomorrow's Figured Out Friday is her and I just having a conversation about being vulnerable, what it's like in the lifestyle that we live, between her personality, my personality. They are different. We do carry different discs, and we do study the 5 love languages. So for those that maybe you want to bring your husband or wife on here to have a conversation, this is an opportunity to kind of like, how do we make it work? How does somebody who likes to work 16 hours a day balance life and kids and being crazy and a nut and still trying to be, coming from being both of us been broke at some point of our lives to having the financial impact that we now have? What does that look like? So tomorrow's show is going to be a little bit of vulnerability, not a little bit, but probably a lot of vulnerability, a lot of laughing, picking on me. And but we're really excited to share a little bit more about our story and the journey that we've been on, the ups and downs in our relationship. So for those that want to bring somebody on about relationships, about life and business and what it's all about and how to balance, tomorrow's our Figured Out Friday. So we figured we'd start it off with the bang tomorrow. So Justine, that's what we got tomorrow morning.
I love it. I love it. And I think that is you're just going to be able to connect with so many people, myself as well, right? With my journey of growth and still trying to be a wife and a mom and all the things. And I think it's so important for people to be able to hear from a strong couple like you guys and what you guys are still working on building together. So I love that. But yeah, I just want you guys to go out there, have the confidence, share yourself, share your story with your people, with your audience. Even though you might not think you have one, you do, even if you're impacting one person. So, as always, I'm always here for y'all. If y'all need anything, please reach out. And I can't wait to connect with you all on socials or pick up the phone, call me, FaceTime me, message me, do all the things. So, you guys have an awesome Thursday. Y'all stay safe if you are entering this crazy storm that we're supposed to have. So I'll be praying for y'all. Y'all be careful, stay warm, and go put those tips out there, y'all. Help other people be prepared for this weekend.
Bye,
We'll see
y'all.
you. Bye, guys.